You're tuning in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna play some music real quick. Give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. We're gonna get it cranking. 1 second. 1 second. All right, I am back. I'm back. You're tuning in once again to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. What's up, people? What's up? Breaking news. Trump, Governor Desantis meet up at the place. So they're going to basically have a discussion of what's going on and what's transpiring. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Let's go.
One more question. Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say
While she's asking that question, you're going to hear what he responds to. A lot of people is trying to figure out how long these people going to stay. What's the process? So let's hear what he says.
what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator
I'm going to
Alcatraz.
spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them.
Did you hear that part? I want you to hear that again. Listen to that part. Listen.
Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to.
Did you hear that part? He spent a lot of time in the great state of Florida. I want you to hear that again because I keep telling y'all, you're not listening, so I'm going to let the president talk. Listen, let me rewind back. We're going to get to the footage. Let's go.
State. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond.
The reason why he didn't ask the question is because how can you be certain of how the process is going to be? It depends on the individual. It don't go like what you think. It's going to happen one day. It's going to happen 1 month. The man just got there. You're looking at the facility with the governor, with the Department of Homeland Security. They're looking at the facility. They're trying to figure out how they're going to operate the situation. They just put a staff of people that's going to judge accordingly to the people's paperwork, whatever the case may be. And then they go from there in due process. Okay? I mean, why are people so anxious? I'm glad he didn't answer the question because he knows whatever he say, they're going to keep on. Why this long? Why this process? So he knows how they work. He's been in media for a long time. Let's go.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. You know, pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people move to Florida from New York. And
did you hear that part? A lot of people from New York move to Florida. I want to play that again because it's very, very key what I'm about to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something very important. Listen again.
A lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. You know, pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people move to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because
he don't know what New York is going to do about that. And I told y'all that a lot of money is not allocated in Pacific Northern state regions, when it comes to New York City, when it comes to Boston, Massachusetts, when it comes to Detroit, the city of Detroit, when it comes to Chicago, the city of Chicago, when it comes to the city of LA, the people are going to have to figure out how they're going to get resources, because now the government has removed certain additions to add onto whatever budget issues that they have in these places. And people with high salary, or people that is tired of getting by in society, is migrating and moving their families out of New York City to the state of Florida mostly, then Texas, then North Carolina, then Georgia, then Tennessee. Okay? I told y'all this is going to happen. So the administration is telling you. So I say it, I don't know what I'm talking about. Rollo don't have no connections. I have connections. I have a family member that's a Senate, in the Senate administration. I also have a relationship with the Most High in Christ. I gave y'all the warning. It's over for the northern region. He spent time in D.C., yet he said Florida is his home. That's my talking point. Florida is my home. I told y'all Florida is my home. Ever since I moved here, this is my home of home. Y'all know the actual home is for Christ when he returns in the Most High. The point is, for the time being, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where Trump allocate his family, his downtime. He loves Florida. And there's a lot of people from New York, particularly New York City, have moved to certain parts of Florida. Now, most of them moved to Tampa, Saratoga, and places like that, or, Panhandle. However, the point is that they're moving into the state of Florida. New York City is losing a lot of residency. And when you lose a lot of residency, you lose a seat, you lose more officers, you lose more judges. I told y'all this. Y'all don't get it because you don't do your own homework. You don't do your own research. Let me rewind it back. Let's play it again. Let's go back a little bit.
I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. Pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people move to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes, and any people anywhere in the world for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much.
So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to help out these other states, because they will not be able to afford to pay them. They not be able to afford to get what the people is leaving. They can't get a percentage of those taxes to be in their pocket. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these candidates, how this society goes in the northern state regions, the Northeast, the Midwest, and the Northwest. Because I'm telling you right now, it could be possible that a seat could be removed from governor and mayor of that county. It's real possible, y'all. I wouldn't put it past it. Let's go.
As I can. Very nice question. With that, I'd like to just end by saying I want to thank Ron and James and all of the people that have done such a great job, all of your staff. Really fantastic work. And it really started with site selection. You can do a great job, but if you have the wrong site, in real estate, you have the wrong site, you're dead. And this was a great site selection, despite what you may read in the environmental press. Good job. And this was an honor for Christy and myself and Steve and all of our people to be here. And I also appreciate the media. They've treated us very fairly. Over the last few weeks, I've been treated very nicely. And it's so unusual. I'm not used to it, but we've gotten...
And yes, it's no longer called the Gulf of Mexico. He's wearing a hat, Gulf of America. That's right. It's called the Gulf of America. Let's go.
Great accolades. Brian, I want to thank you for calling out because I was waiting here because I knew the vote was taking place and I'm answering questions, right? So I want to thank you very much and say hello to our friend. And I will see a lot of you. Thank you very much. We're going to make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
There goes Desantis and Trump talking. Mrs. Pam Bondi, the Department of Homeland Security, is there. All right, so we're going to get to it right now. We're going to get to the footage I want y'all to see. All right, we're going to get to the next footage. Make sure y'all double tap the like button on your way in. Double tap the like button on your way in. All right, let's get to the other video. If y'all want to get my attention, y'all hit the super chat or the cash app. That's how you get my attention, all right? Other than that, make sure you like the video on your way in and subscribe to the channel. Let me find the other video. Okay. Wants to be helpful. All right, it's ready right now. So let's get right to it. All right, without further ado, let's go.
And Secretary Kristi Noem is with him today, along with the governor of Florida, Ron Desantis. And as they take this tour through what we're calling, because they do, Alligator Alcatraz, now we're getting to see why they call it that. There is effectively, and I haven't heard anybody else use this wording, maybe they have, but it's like a moat of alligators that encircles this place, as many sides as it has. So, what's interesting about this is it's exactly transparently what the president has been talking about via the governor of Florida. And if we get a microphone that we can listen to, we will try. Let's try here.
I'm going to say this right now, and I've been saying it lately, and I've been saying it a while. Florida is leading by example in America. Florida is leading by example in America. I'm going to say it one more time. Florida is leading by example in America. And you heard in the video that Trump called Florida home. And a lot of people are leaving New York and going various places. And I'm telling you, like I told my senator cousin, and he agreed. He stated that, look, it's going to come to a point, you was right. Just like I was right about the shutdown 2020 over by a particular YouTuber platform back in 2018. I'm telling you right now, the northern region, the Northeast, the Midwest, the Northwest, there's a lot of people are removing themselves, allocating to different locations in the South, and they willing to live in the South. They don't want to live in the North because they're being mistreated. They're being taken advantage of. You think a lot of people with money or with somewhat money agree to certain things that's going on in the northern states? No. However, I get it. Healthcare, Medicaid. There's great things in the Northeast that may not be in Florida, may not be in Georgia, may not be in Tennessee, may not be in North Carolina, may not be in these particular places. However, I'm going to tell you from what I see and I observe, people make sure they take care of themselves, especially when you go deep in the South of Florida. I mean, there's exceptions, yet the majority of the people, they take care of themselves because they understand and understand taking care of yourself. You can do checkups. Of course, the point is people don't play about their health down in the South, especially Florida. I'm telling you, it's a whole different world, y'all. And so a lot of the regions in the Northeast, the Midwest, and the Northwest, it's not seeing the uptick. It's becoming more difficult. And I'm going to show you what's going on in Denver. So we're not done yet. Get the lights up so more people could view the show. If you want to get my attention, make sure you send a super chat, or if you want to support the Cash App. Otherwise, I appreciate you for tuning in. Let's get the lights up. I'm breaking this down. Let's go. Here we go. They're having a conversation right now.
Yeah. I think we may be just too far away from the microphone. Now, you know, no one can find that better than the President of the United States that we have in Donald Trump, because he sees where the cameras are. He may jump in front of them and will immediately go back. Meanwhile, I want to talk with somebody who's really dealt with a lot of this issue of illegal.
So we know Governor Desantis, Pam is from Florida, and we know Trump is a resident in Florida. I keep telling y'all, Florida's the #1 place in America, the #1 economy in America. And there's a lot of people in great shape. They pride in great shape. They work out. They pride of staying healthy down here. So if they do go to the hospitals for checkup, extreme emergency, those things happen, especially around this time of year. At the same time, if you look at this facility, it has AC, because people were speculating, oh, it's too hot down there. They got AC, they got coolers, you know? So when they bring in these people and expect these people to see who they are, they're gonna have ACs. They got things lined up with the dogs, the security. The list goes on. You're gonna hear what they have to say. And a lot of people is upset about this. I want to ask the question, what the people are upset about this? Are you going to bring these people into your home? Since you want to be the answer to everything, I want to ask you, will you bring these people into your home? I wait. Let's go.
Aliens, the worst of the worst, being allowed in under the Biden administration. Congressman Chip Roy of the great state and border state of Texas. Congressman, your thoughts as the president is there looking at this facility where they...
I wonder why Texas, because Texas is #2. Texas is #2 in economy. Florida has superseded Texas. Texas was 1 for a minute. Now Florida, ain't nobody topping Florida. I'm just gonna say that ain't no other state topping Florida anymore. It's a wrap, y'all. Florida, until the time of Christ and, you know, the Heavenly Father return. Florida's the #1 state forever, ever, forever, ever. So Texas is #2. Let's see what he says, and then we go from there.
Can house up to 5,000 of the worst of the worst.
Harris, great to be on. And yeah, obviously we've experienced this firsthand in Texas. The difficulty of local law enforcement and states
Congressman,
having
let's listen real quickly to the president. I apologize.
And that's a sister. Now, when I go back to the other video, you're going to see the brother talking with Trump. I just want to get to show you the sister that's on Fox News. We have a person that's, you know, with Desantis. It's a known brother. He don't play in Florida. So he was at the meeting too. Not in this particular case, the other video that I had. We're going to get back to it. All right, let's continue.
Let's watch.
So I would say he should call the governor, Christie, and I'm sure you'd give him because his state is a disaster. And
they going in on California. Listen, They going in on California right now. He's saying that California is a disaster. And you're going to see what Desantis have to say. Ooh, man, when he talks, y'all going to see what I'm talking about. Watch this. Let's continue.
He doesn't do this.
Well, they have the original Alcatraz, so you guys could approve him being able to set one of these up over there. I'm sure the secretary would be happy to do that and provide. My sense is he's probably not going to bite on that, but I don't know that they'd be able to come in at cost because they tried to do this high-speed rail. They spent like 150 billion, no tracks. We've got a privately funded rail in Florida from Miami to Orlando.
Now, a lot of you don't know. There's a train called Bright Line. For those who in Florida know what I'm talking about. There's a train called Bright Line, and it goes from Orlando to Miami. And none of us had to pay that. None of us. You have a situation and they're trying to do a fast train in California, 150 billion, not even one track. Where that 150 billion went to? Where did the 150 billion went to? You know where it went to, all you folks in California. Where did that 150 billion went to? They didn't go on to the fast rail train. Here it is. The governor's going to explain how we do things down here. For the people, by the people. Listen again. Let's rewind.
I'm sure the secretary would be happy to do that and provide. My sense is he's probably not going to bite on that, but I don't know that they'd be able to come in at cost because they tried to do this high-speed rail. They spent like 150 billion, no tracks. We've got a privately funded rail in Florida from Miami to Orlando. It costs the taxpayers zero, and it's very successful. So it's just a much different approach between states.
We're not going to let him get anywhere near Alcatraz. It'll cost 100 times more than they thought. Now, he ought to come here and study this because he can learn a lot.
When's the first person checking into the room, sir?
Tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow, within the next 24 hours.
They have the doctors, they have all the professionals.
There's going to be a security sweep because there have been civilians here, so they will sweep this multiple times to make sure there's nothing can be used as weapons or any contraband. And then once that's cleared, then they'll do. So it's really up to Secretary. I know has got people in the queue, and so they'll be ready to receive.
I think our viewers at home should know that this is air-conditioned facility. So if any of the news claims are keeping them out in the hot, humid South Florida, that is wrong. It's probably 62 degrees here.
To be honest. Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? That did it.
Oh, man, Trump is clowning Biden right now. Yo, he's talking about his family member, because remember, they all family. At the same time, he going in on his family member. Let's go.
He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
What's your expectation what this will do for the speed and force of deportations?
A lot of things, and they're both telling me that these people come in here, they want to go home. And they want to go home, so we immediately send them home, where it's appropriate. Now, if somebody's a real killer, we don't send them anywhere. We put them in a maximum security. Look, what we inherited from this guy, this incompetent man, and his administration, which wasn't incompetent, it was radical left, lunatic, communist, whatever you want to say. I know most of them. What we inherited should never, ever be forgotten. What they've made us do. This is all because of an open border policy where 25 million people flowed in from all over.
That's a lot of people. 25 million people. That's a lot of folks. That's a lot of folks.
Over the world, from prisons, from all over the world, they flowed in for no reason whatsoever. We had, when I left, we had a very powerful border. We had no problem. He opened it up day one. He just opened the border, and people couldn't believe it.
That's right.
They were standing there. What are they doing? They said, "Go in." That's it. You look at the first day tapes. They opened it up and they said, "Go in," and that's where all of this began. But this is an amazing thing that they've done here.
But listen, people don't have to come here. If they self-deport and go home, they can come back legally. We will let them come back legally.
And there is a lot of self-deportation.
Yes. But if you wait and we bring you to this facility, you don't ever get to come back to America. You don't get the chance to come back and be an American again and work here. So
They weren't with us when the President and Secretary Kevin and I, we went through the intake. So right when you do the intake, they have the information about voluntary departure. They have the ability, obviously you guys are funding that because it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. So even if they get brought to the front doorstep here, they still have an opportunity to just go back voluntarily, and then this way they're not.
Let's say they get in here like, hey, I want to stay here, I want to go back.
we can put them on a plane that day and take them home. We'll buy their plane ticket, go home, and then they get the chance to come back legally. If they wait and say we're not going to do that,
they can come back legally after a period.
Yeah.
After a period of time. They could come back illegally after a period of time. They can't come back within that time frame. It has to be a period of time, because depending on how long they've been here, it may be how long they could come back to this country. All right? Let's continue.
Recently about the idea of finding some way to get farm workforce and service sector workforce. And I think you've discussed somehow a program of people leaving on a sponsorship and coming right back. Can you give us a little more detail about that and why, in the view of some hardliners, it's not amnesty?
Take care of our farmers and hotel workers and various other people, and we're working on it right now, and Ron's going to be involved, and you're involved already. So we have a lot of cases where ICE will go into a farm, and these are guys working there for 10, 15 years, no problem. The farmers know them. We're going to put, it's called farmer responsibility.
Now, I want to talk about that. Then I tell y'all that you're going to have to be responsible for the people that's around you. Put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat that you're going to have to be responsible for the people that you bring around you. And so they had the conversation, and that's what's going on in the state of Florida. So for the farmers, they are responsible for these people in particular other countries. So if something happened, they're responsible. They may go down with the person. This is why I tell you, make sure you know who you dealing with these days. Because you could be guilty by association. This is not a game, y'all. It's becoming real strict down here. And that's why some people are leaving, because they want to be in a, type of world. Here, it's all about winning. If you want to be a sin, there's a jail, there's alligators, there's other things that comes with it down here in nature. Nature could get you too. I'm just letting you know, ask Running Up 360. Ask the people in Florida, they'll tell you, the Floridians that's residents here, they'll tell you, oh, you think you could escape this? You can't escape animals. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's continue. Make sure you thumbs up the like button on your way in.
Owner responsibility, where they're going to be largely responsible for these people. And they know these people. They've worked on the farms for 15 years, and all of a sudden so I have a great, Ron does, Christy does, we have a great feeling for the farmer and for others in the same position. And we're going to give them responsibility for people. And we're going to have a system of signing them up so they don't have to go. They can be here legally. They can pay taxes and everything. They're not getting citizenship, but they get other things. And the farmers need them to do the work. Without those people, you're not going to be able to run your farm.
Mr. President.
Did you hear that part? You're not going to get citizenship. You'll get other purse. You're not getting citizenship. All right, let's go.
You and the governor tangled pretty hard in the 2024 election, yet you stand here now. Yet you stand here now as partners on this effort. How would you describe the relationship, and what future does Governor Desantis have?
I think it's a 10. Maybe 9-9, because there might be a couple of little wounds. So maybe it's 9-9. I think we have a 10. We get along great.
Well, the thing about it is, I endorsed him immediately in January 2024. I raised one of his PACs millions and millions of dollars, and obviously we saved him a lot of money in Florida because Florida was a deep red state. He didn't even have to do a rally in Florida, whereas 2016 and 20, this was like ground zero, and so we've been really happy to do that. And then
yeah, it is a deep red state. Florida is a deep red state. Hold on a second, I got an alert. Let me see what this alert is about. Okay. Yeah. All right, I got it. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on over here. These guys, they went at it and they cool. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it.
Work very well on this and other issues with Florida. You can call him at any time, and he wants to be helpful for governors. I mean, I can tell you that. We did Hurricane Helene last year. You didn't hear from the president at the time then, but with President Trump, we know immediately. You just make the phone call.
As a follow-up question, I'm sorry, like another thing you inherited. How firm are you going to be with Netanyahu about ending the war in Gaza?
Very firm.
All right, here we go with the war talk. I'm
very firm, but he wants it too. I will tell you. He's coming here next week. He wants to end it too. We had a tremendous success with Iran. They won't have me. Somebody said, when are you going to sign? I said, sign? They are so bombed out. Did you see the report issued this morning? The place was decimated. It'll be years before anybody even gets down there. So that's not a priority, but we'll have a report and we'll have whatever we want. We'll get whatever we want from Iran. And I think, and I hope they want to have a good country. They have massive sanctions right now, biting sanctions. It's going to be very hard for them to do anything with those sanctions. And I look forward to maybe there'll be a time when we get along with them and they can rebuild their country.
Is there a point where you tell Netanyahu, like, you got to end this now, you got to strike a deal?
Well, he wants to. I can tell you he wants to, and I think we'll have it. I think we'll have a deal next week. That's what I think.
He said that he thinks they're going to have a deal next week, so we got to keep up to date with that. This is going to be an interesting July, y'all. Let's go.
You tend to announce your pick for successor to Jay Powell earlier than say, or as early as say this summer or this fall.
Will I do something about who it's going to be?
Yes.
I don't know. Hey, he'd be a good candidate. You might do him. She'd be a good candidate, too. Anybody would be better than Jay Powell. No, he's causing us a fortune because he keeps the rate way up. I think it's Trump derangement syndrome personally, but we have a very strong country. We're the strongest country. Look, our country right now is at a level that we haven't seen for 40, 50 years.
And now, that's true, because I don't know if many of you is into the stocks, bonds, and stuff like that, or, you into whatchamacallit, Bitcoin stuff. There's a lot of levels of people getting that bag. They getting that bag for real. There's no lie in that. Let's continue.
Nobody's seen anything like it. I told you, I was in the Middle East. The King of Saudi Arabia said to me very strongly, he said, you know what? A year ago you had a dead country. Now you have the hottest country in the world. We do. We have the hottest country in the world. Thank you very much.
When are we going to see that exemption for farmers? And what about other
we'll be seeing it over the next couple of years.
Construction and other industries?
Also, those type of industries.
Will Kilmore Abrego Garcia be the first inmate here?
The president today has taken a full range of questions more than once as he tours the Alligator Alcatraz down in Florida that is meant to house illegal immigrants in this country who are committing further crimes, the worst of the worst. And you just heard also from our nation's Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, saying, look, if you've come here illegally, you must leave. However, if you have legal intentions in this country and have a dream, you can put yourself on the list to come back into the U.S. by the CBP home app. But you got to go there with the home portion in order to come back. So you're getting a lot more information about, obviously, the facility. I know one reporter was talking about, the conditions inside, and you heard a comment from part of Governor Desantis' team off camera that this is an air-conditioned facility. But now they're back outside. They're in and out on this tour because part of it is outdoors under a tent. This is where I mentioned earlier they house hurricane victims when that state is ravaged by them. So the facility is really made for that habitation, if you will, of humanity that gets pushed out in a storm and can certainly handle illegal immigrants who are awaiting deportation. I want to bring in again Congressman Shipboy of Texas.
All right, before we get the Congressman of Texas, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so before we get to the person in Texas, let me just say this, right? A lot of people are crashing out, people thinking that it's going to be us. No. If you're moving correctly, as you heard the lady stated, if you're moving correctly, you have a chance to come back in the country to do what you need to do. This is why I'm going to say, and I'm being very serious, because there's no other content creator talking about this that I know of. I'm the only content creator talking about this. If there's any other content creator talking about this, let me know behind the scenes. What I'm about to tell you, because y'all know I don't be wrong what I be saying. How many of you have heard me say have your credentials together? Put a 5 in the chat. Have your credentials together. Put a 5 in the chat. Now, the way the state of Florida is going, if you're coming to this state this summer, listen and listen well, because I stay here. I'm a resident here. And I talk with people. Remember, I'm a traveling man. I get around. I hear a lot of things. You ain't talking to no regular guy here. And I'm telling you right now, even the Most High could confirm it. Because everything I said on this YouTube, from the manosphere to the traveling to the country shutting down 2020, having that Exodus 2016-2019 video back in the Wait the Hell Up 7 days, a lot of things I said about YouTubers, people, places, and things came to fruition. I'm warning you right now. When you come to Florida, have your paperwork together. Even if you from America. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? This is an elite state. This is the deep south. It is so elite. Listen, it's to the point I was talking to this sister. We was talking in the vehicle. We was talking, she was in her vehicle, I was in my vehicle. I was showing her a few things with her vehicle because she was driving a certain vehicle. She wasn't too sure how to operate the vehicle, so I helped the sister out. So we was talking. And we was talking about business and everything. You know, she's talking about her business, stuff like that. She's talking about a certain state she came from and how she moved down to Florida with her family, and things started skyrocketing. And she was told, oh, they prejudiced down here. I'm telling you right now, so-called black people are thriving down here. They thriving down here because they paperwork together. They have their ID, they got their social security, they got their other documents that you need. Listen, when I went to the DMV, the Lord is my witness, I raised my hand. I even seen white folks from North Carolina, Kansas, Tennessee. They didn't even have their documents in order. And the lady told them, if your parents could prove that you is who you say you are, and they could bring a fax paper and documents correct, then we let you become a Florida resident. It's not as easy as you think it is. some people have to wait to get their thing changed because whoever they talk with, whoever they hang out with, they know all that information in the DMV. I'm not lying, y'all. Lord is my witness. They don't play down here. And there was a lot of people that got arrested for fraudulent licenses to people that's not from this country. They doing some serious time. Okay? Don't come down here with the nonsense. Be mindful who you talk with, who you connect with. Because, man, when they ask me questions, okay, I said I'm from this place. They looked in, they did background check. They know who my family is. They know what type of time it is, where I come from. Oh, they know all that stuff. Boom, got my ID the same day. Can't say that for everybody. Have your stuff together before you meet me. I'm not getting around. Listen, I'm dead serious. I don't care who you are. If I'm going to meet you on the internet, you better have your stuff together. Don't you socialize with me, you ain't got your stuff together. You ain't getting me in your company of issues. I didn't get this far, and I'm warning you. I didn't get this far to play games with nobody. The Most High told me to say this. Have your stuff together before you meet me. Do I make myself clear? Because this state is not playing. And I told y'all the North States is in trouble because the people with serious paper is not buying into the nonsense with your government and your mayor. And I even told my cousin, I don't believe y'all will have a governor and a mayor in the northeast of the states, in the northwest of the states, in the Midwest in 3 years from now. The northern states will be cut off. I'm not joking. Y'all know when I'm serious. I'm not joking. Like I said a few years back with the fire, you could ask Zax, you could ask Ringo. Ask those two guys on the DM. Did Rollo predict that it was going to be a major fire throughout the whole United States and never touch Florida? And it came to fruition. I'm warning you. Get your documents together this year. Don't go into next year with the nonsense. This ain't no doom and gloom. I'm not playing with y'all. Game time is over. Get yourself in shape. Get your documents together. Get your paperwork together. Get your passport. Have your ID, your social security. Everybody around you better be on the same page. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? Everybody better be on the same page. Whoever you talking to, whoever you dealing with, they know who you around. Matter of fact, I'll give you one even better. Now y'all gonna know I'm serious. Before you even talk to a woman on a cell phone, I had a woman admitted this to me. She said, I already knew who you were 4 years ago. I said, how you know about me 4 years ago? She said, your information came across my desk. You never know who knows you on the internet. This is why you gotta move on point. They know who's connected to who and what is really going on out here. You can't hide nothing from the Most High. You can't hide nothing from me. Why you think I don't deal with people that's all over the place? I can't deal with that. I cannot be around you respectfully. Get your stuff together before you talk to me. Ask Keystone, he met me. Keystone met me in person. And him, Naima, Green Machine, they met me in person. They could not do certain things around me, even though they from that state. They got the memo from the time we went to the event. The people that was at the event was high, important people. And they saw who I was with. And they gave them the look like, do y'all know who you talk? Do you know who you walking with? Do you know who you walking with? That's all I gotta say. Let's go.
Is it to have a facility? And the president talked about we may see 2 more, Alabama, also Louisiana. How important are these facilities in terms of getting people out who really need to be deported?
Yeah, thanks, Harris. As you noted earlier, we're very familiar with this in Texas. We've had facilities just like this, many facilities, along the Texas-Mexico border. No stranger to high heat and high temperatures. Those facilities, I've toured them many times. They are air-conditioned. They are very hospitable, if you will. The idea here is to have a place where we can affordably put people so that the president can carry out his campaign promise, as he is doing on a daily basis, to secure our border and to remove individuals from this country who are here illegally, both because they're dangerous, but also because of what that does on the demands of our social welfare state and our local jails and our local hospitals. The Biden administration irresponsibly endangered our country. This president is leading, and it's great to see him with Governor Desantis. They're both good friends of mine, and with Secretary talking about this facility, which is fundamentally necessary.
There go the brother right there. There go the brother right there. You see that brother right there? Put a 5 in the chat. You see that brother right there? He don't play. That brother don't play, y'all. That brother don't play. Remember the brother I was talking to a while back when I was at the site? Me and the brother was talking about the scriptures. We was talking about certain things. Put a 5 in the chat if you remember that conversation. He knows this person right there. And that brother is well connected to Governor Desantis too. He has a big responsibility. Y'all heard the conversation with me and the other brother a while back when I was at the site. He was like, man, you know your stuff. You know about the scriptures. You know about the culture. You know about the backgrounds. Everything. This brother right here heard about me through that guy I talked with, because he put the two together. I wouldn't be surprised they know about me. Oh, they know about me. They know about me. This brother don't play, y'all. Listen, this is not a time to play. Listen, y'all. Get your stuff together, because it's about to get real, man. You can get upset if you want to with me all you want. I'm just speaking the truth. My hands are clean. There's going to be a lot of people affected because they're not moving correctly. Let's go.
Wasn't so inept that it wasn't delivering a good bill to make sure that we get the dollars there so that we can support the ICE removals.
Now, I think what you're talking about with your last remarks there are the part of this big, beautiful bill that uses money, from my understanding, under the category of defense. It's like $1 billion in the effort of handling the illegal immigration invasion.
Let me get something going on here. Give me 1 second. Let me do something here. 1 second. Let me do something real quick. Okay. Let's continue. This lady is talking to him.
Under ex-President Biden.
Yeah, last year, as we were working to strategize on what to do this year, I was working closely with the Trump administration, because they're all good friends of mine, trying to make sure that we get money for border and defense that is ready to undo the damage of the Biden administration. $150 billion set aside for border and ICE removals. $150 billion to modernize and rebuild our military. These are the great things that President Trump is doing for our country.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my
All right. We're going to go to Colorado, Denver in a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to go back to that video. I'm going to play it out. I'm going to let y'all hear the whole video. I'm not going to interrupt. I want you to listen to what Trump said, all right? I'm going to let the video play out. It's 3 minutes and 31 seconds. So I'm going to play it again for those who's tuning in. I'm going to play it again. Make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Double tap the like button on your way in. If you want to get my attention, support the show via Cash App, via Super Chat. I appreciate those who's tuning into the show. All right? That's how we move over here. That's how you get my attention. If you got any questions, don't be sending me no questions and you ain't super chatting your question, all right? Real talk, because that's not fair to everybody else. If I start reading everybody's comments, then all of a sudden, people that support, should get their comments read first. If you have a question for me, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. So that's how we roll over here. All right, let's get to this. Listen to the whole thing.
One more question. Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can. Very nice question. With that, I'd like to just end by saying I want to thank Ron and James and all of the people that have done such a great job, all of your staff. Really fantastic work. And it really started with site selection. You can do a great job, but if you have the wrong site in real estate, you have the wrong site, you're dead. And this was a great site selection, despite what you may read in the environmental press. Good job. And this was an honor for Christy and myself and Steve and all of our people to be here. And I also appreciate the media. They've treated us very fairly. Over the last few weeks, I've been treated very nicely. And it's so unusual. I'm not used to it, but we've gotten great accolades. Brian, I want to thank you for calling out, because I was waiting here because I knew the vote was taking place and I'm answering questions, right? So I want to thank you very much and say hello to our friend. And I will see a lot of you. Thank you very much. We're going to make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There you have it. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch all the people come through. Y'all see that? There go the brother right there. The brother and him talking first after Desantis. They don't play, y'all. This is not a playing game. It's getting real out here. It's that time of season. Yep. And so we're gonna get to the one in Denver. Oh no, that's on whatchamacallit's channel. I gotta look for the video. I can't play it. It's on Anton's channel. I'm not gonna play his video and react to it. I will look for the video and I will talk about it on a pre-recorded video. Thank you, Forever Studio, for the support and the Cash App. Appreciate that. So my take on this situation with the beautiful bill is you can't be lazy no more. If you're not disabled, if you're not special needs, if you're not crippled, if you're not legless or you can't see or you armless, if you're not one of those situations, then why the heck should I, the taxpayer, pay for your laziness? Because even those people ain't lazy. So why the hell you got 2 legs, 2 arms, you can see, you can hear, you can move around, can't be lazy. And this is going to have a lot of relationships be more strict. I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm going to tell you what I know firsthand. It's going to be a lot of people strict. Ladies, if you're tuning in the clouds, watching this show, men are going to be strict with you. Because you can't come into the situation looking sexy and think you're going to get a man of this caliber, especially myself. I had a lot of sexy women of different cultures, sisters included. So your baddie ain't going to keep me around. What's going to make you attracted to me is how you handle business, who you connected with, and your insecurity has to be at an all-time low. Because I am a ladies' man. Make no mistake about it. Just because I'm a ladies' man doesn't mean I get around like that. If I wanted to, you ask Keystone, you ask the guys that met me, if I want to, I could have a few ladies in this house right now, today. If I wanted to be that person. No, I move correctly. If I see any insecurity and a woman I'm going to deal with in the future, I'm cutting her off. I don't got time for that. I'm very serious about my business. You can ask Selena, she met me in person. I'm very serious about my business. I don't got time for nobody's games. Nobody's games. I've been through a lot. I gave people chances, and they think they could play me. They think I'm a fool. They think I'm an idiot. I'm not somebody to play with. Been there, done that. That's why I respect Florida, because they move correctly. There's no playing games down here. That's why I'm glad the Most High gave me this place. I'm glad the Most High put me in this state. And I thank my ex for making it happen. At the same time, it's time to do better. I don't play. And the people in Florida that I know don't play. They're serious about their business. And they don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. When I get with somebody, I'm committed to that person. Once I don't see you committed to me, I'm going to let you be. And that's what Trump and that's what Governor Desantis and them doing. You got to be serious if you want to live in this country. And you got to have a serious relationship with God through Christ. It's not no more talking. The days of talking is over, y'all. The days of talking is over. It's all about actions. And a lot of you men, you scared to be a man in front of a woman. You see that woman that Trump and DeSantis around, you think she play around? You think that woman of Department of Homeland Security play around? Listen. There's a sister that's in that administration that works with the Department of Homeland Security. She don't play. She just don't want to be on camera, and she's fine too. Oh, she's fine. Oh, she's fine. Oh my goodness. The Department of Homeland Security, her partner is a sister. Oh man. And she's from Florida too. She don't play. There be some sisters out here that don't play. They straight for it. They know a man being a man, a woman being a woman, and there's a lot of men. A lot of you sisters in the South, you get a lot of respect because you move correctly. Some of you ladies in the North, you need to take notes with certain women in the South, because a lot of women in the South, they know, okay, certain men, I can't play with. I'm gonna let him do his thing, respectfully. I don't agree with what he's doing. I'm gonna let him do his thing though, because he's a man. And a lot of you guys, man, you scared to be a man because you're afraid that people gonna leave you. If they gonna leave you, they been left you. You gotta have that mindset too, ladies. Which man you gonna choose? A guy that's gonna be in your ear 24/7, or a guy that's about his business, and when you see him, you should be very excited that he makes time for you. Let me tell y'all something. The best excitement is when you see each other once in a blue and y'all meet up and link up. It's powerful. I want to see strong relationships. I want to see healthy relationships. The problem is people want to be an Ibarasi. They want to live in sin. I can't be around people that live in sin. I can't be around you. It's just what it is. There's no time to play. Guys, I meet ladies that don't play. I meet ladies that don't play, and they know I don't play. That's who you want to get around. Get around people that's serious. So we have Selena in the building. Shout out to her, Forever Studio, Keystone, everybody tuning in, Run It Up 360. I'm just cooking right now. I'm telling y'all, man, I don't play, man. I don't got time for nobody's games, man. When I'm into somebody, I'm into somebody because I see potential. The problem is people don't want to push themselves to better situations, so I pull back. That's when I pull back. When I pull back, that's why I pull back. When I see people ain't trying to get to the next step, Rollo pulls back. I sure do. I'm not gonna lie about that. I sure do. You doggone right. When I see potential in you, and you wanna, I don't know what it is, pull back. And when I pull back, I let you figure it out. That's how you gotta move, fellas. And any woman has an issue with that, that means she's not mature enough to be dealing with you. Straight up the box. I got that mindset, y'all. And it has helped me get through all the hurdles and all the BS that I had to deal with. And I thank the Most High for giving me the strength and the mindset that he gave me. And that's why people respect me. You don't want to be liked, you don't want to be loved. You got to have respect for one another. And it's very hard for a woman to respect a man that don't respect himself. Respect yourself, fellas. Come on, man. You got to have respect for yourself for the woman to eventually have respect for you. You can have a lot of women like you. You can have a woman love what you do. If she don't respect you, dog, it's a rap so. And that's all I got to say on that. At this point, Keystone, there's no more talking. You got to do it. And the chat has to move in that direction. I'm going to be honest, the chat got to move in a better direction when it comes to, I got to do this, I got to do that. You notice I pulled back from saying that. If anybody been paying attention to me, you notice I pulled back from saying certain things. Why is that? Because now it's about actions. It's not about words no more. It's no more about what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. There's people on my members only. They probably look at the video like, damn, Rollo went there? People don't know what be going on because I don't say nothing no more. I'm not announcing what I'm going to do. You're going to see me somewhere you least suspect, and you're going to be like, God damn, Rollo, what? What the hell is going on? Nobody knew I was getting a car. Nobody knew. I decided to go to members only first because people are members there. They saw it. And then when I went live, it shot some of the brothers. They was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He in the car? Of course they shouted me out and showed love. The point is people were shocked because I didn't announce it. So they're like, uh-oh. That means Rollo ain't playing. He's about action now. He ain't saying what he used to say. He's about action. He could be anywhere, any given time. That's what's going on. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When you move, you're going to get your answer for who's supposed to be around you, who's not supposed to be around you. Learn from this situation with Trump and Desantis. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. At the same time, business needs to be taken care of. So when you start connecting with one another, make sure that's in the vocabulary. Have fun, do your thing, if it gets to that. But it's time to get serious, fellas. And then, eventually, the woman that wants you, she will pull herself into you, and you make the final decision if you want to take her in or not. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Make sure you check out Forever Studios channel. Make sure you check out Selena's channel. Brainwaves, Ringo, the list goes on. Make sure you check out these people's channels. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it's been a minute since I did a long hour video. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Rollo, you doing 15, 20, 30-minute videos. Now I gave y'all an hour video. I told y'all I might do a 2-hour video soon. You didn't know it was going to be today. Most people don't even know I'm on this long. They probably like, wait a minute, Rollo's on long? What's going on? He ain't driving that much today? What he up to? You know what I'm saying? So, make sure y'all check them out. Selena, keep doing your thing if you're still tuning in. I know you breaking down some relationship stuff. I'm going to pay attention to see what you're talking about. I would love to have you on. However, I know you must be busy. You know what I'm saying? However, thank you all for viewing. Thank you all for liking the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, more live streams to come. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning into the show. I got to get going. I got things to do because it's going to be an interesting week. Y'all be safe out there. Be mindful, be vigilant, and be sober. And pay attention to your circle because they smile in your face. Hassan Campbell's talking point. Anyway,